and welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Ed Wolver.
I'm Charlie, and my colleagues are...
Hello, I'm Dan.
And I'm Josh.
Now today, Dan, what is our topic?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Ed. Today we're going to be talking about 90s movies. Now, we were a little bit skeptical before we started the podcast as to whether or not we could actually have a full episode about 90s movies because we discovered that a few of us, not naming names, Charlie, haven't actually seen many movies specifically from the 90s. but that's something we discovered. I actually brought up a whole list of movies, and I'm like, oh, did you realise this came out in the 90s, that this came out in the 90s, that this came out in the 90s? And I was like, oh, yeah, you know. And so, because we're going to change it to like old movies before the year 2000, because a pet peeve of mine is when I recommend a movie to someone, if it has a 19 as the first two numbers as its release date, they will not watch it. They just won't. They will only watch a movie if it's come out after the year 2000, and I just think that's so it's so pointless. Like,
Is it like a stigma against like older movies?
I don't know. It's like they expect it to be like, I don't know. They just
Black and white.
It's almost like they expect it to be black and white.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a societal thing. They don't like the graininess you see in older films. But the 90s didn't really have that by this stage. Like, sure, if you go back to watch a movie from the 60s and 70s, there's a little bit of graininess and stuff through the film. But like, you know, it's not a big deal. It adds to the vibe.
I'd say if you're a lover of film or like if you're a film student, a majority of films that come out these days are often sequels or reboots from IP that started in the 90s.
I was talking about the pet peeve about how people will not watch a movie if it's before the year 2000. And the point I was going to get to is what people don't think about is like when you were in 2010, a movie that came out in 1990 was 20 years ago. Now a movie that came out in the year 2000s, like the early 2000s, that was 20 years ago. So I think we're going to get to a stage where people are not going to watch a movie before the year 2010, which I think is just absolutely ludicrous. And
Well, surely that won't be the case. The 90s had that many cult classics that are still relevant.
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of those classics got a lot of sequels.
Yeah, but can you name like a cult classic from like say the 50s? Like
I think
there was some solid ones.
Yeah, Godzilla was anything that came
I feel like there was some solid good fiction or even just like
I was trying to think of when did Cannibal Humanoid Underdweller come out?
I'm sorry, what?
That is the most obscure thing I've heard.
I also don't think it was 50s either. I think that may have been a bit later.
I like how we're all now just going to search it up.
Yeah.
were there actual cult hits in the maybe even in the 60s?
In the 60s, definitely.
The Batman movie.
Well, no, in
West.
the 60s, you had heaps because that was when the spaghetti western genre was at its peak and all the Clint Eastwood movies were like starting out.
Hell yes.
So I think all of Clint Eastwood's first big spaghetti westerns were in the 60s.
Okay.
I'll have to keep an eye on that before the screen comes out.
Well, The Fly apparently came out in the 50s, and that was a cult classic.
That was the original.
Yeah, that was the original.
And Return of the Fly.
But could you imagine someone watching that one at like 2000s? I feel like people just, once it gets too old, it's not something you go back to unless you have a reason to watch a classic cult-styled film.
Well, for us, like, because we gather, quite often, and we like to watch older movies, either to make fun of or just enjoy, I guess, like the nostalgia.
Now, what you guys are talking about before, we're talking about the 90s today.
Yes.
So I want any,
the 90s.
Yeah.
so any talk before the 90s, I want you to shut the fuck up. Just hear me out. Although I will make a quick little prelude about the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realise is most of the obscure cinema started in the 70s or late 70s. So, I mean, unless you want to include like Godzilla and King Kong, most movies in that sort of time period were all like either war dramas, romance movies, or just like, they were pretty straight. They were very down to earth. Whereas suddenly in the 70s, you get Star Wars, then you get Mad Max, and then Back to the Future. So it all the bombastic stuff just all came out at once. And then you go from that incredibly over-the-top style of the 80s and then they sort of tried to ground it in the 90s before we eventually get into the 2000s, which is when things started to become more like actively mainstream, like when we started getting more superhero movies that were like, you know, not rather than cult classics, they were just in the norm. Like, I mean, in the 80s, I think that was when the first Tim Burton Batman movie came out.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, and before that, the Christopher Reeve Superman, that came out in the 70s, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yes.
But it was basically the time period where things tried to tone itself down from the obscure 80s and into more like trying to make the weird normal, if that makes sense.
There was also an emphasis on the grit. Like, this was the decade Superman died for the first time.
Yeah, and it was in the comics.
In the comics, yeah. He didn't die on screen until...
Was it also when Gwen Stacy died in the comics?
I think she died earlier, but there was a lot of character deaths in the 90s.
Yeah, when did Gwen Stacy die in the comics?
Well, back then, wasn't it just like you kill the bad guy and the bad guy dies and everyone's like, yay, we did it. And now they want you to feel bad for the bad guy dying.
My comic knowledge isn't that far back, but I can't tell you.
It's probably not comic book knowledge, but I think it's
just
like
in general, like
general movie like plot points
of people just like
they decided that maybe they want people to feel bad for the.
Well, the 70s and 80s really covered your underdog style, so that was where your characters really weren't already well known or well built into their storyline, for instance. They were in there, but we watched them grow in their story. I feel like the 90s had the character already set into that universe, and we're just jumping into a point and then watching from there. I think that that's a big difference there, is that we're not covering the full journey from rookie to hero. It's already pre-existing, maybe just before hero, but at that hero point.
It's actually when the 90s, now that I look at some of the movies that came out in the 90s, it's actually when revisionist theatre sort of started, because I think war movies before the 90s were very, they were very cookie cutter, like American Johnny Clyde hero kind of thing. But then in the 90s, you start getting movies like Schindler's List, which is obviously about the Holocaust, and a man who did everything in his power to save the Jewish people from ending up in concentration camps. But the movie's an exploration of his guilt, because he was never able to save all of them. There was always ones he didn't save. And then you've also got Saving Private Ryan, a movie which shows you the horrors of war rather than like, Kelly's Heroes, which is like,
there was a test screening, since we're talking about that environment and that movie in particular, Saving Private Ryan. I don't remember who, but it was a critic. He went to go see a test screening of this movie. And then just after like the beginning of the movie, he had to step back out, just collect himself because it was so shocking, walk back inside and then finish the movie.
Well, I mean, have you seen the opening to Saving Private Ryan?
I surprisingly have not.
You haven't? Oh, well.
I'm telling you, like when I have a list of movies that I really want to watch, these are just movies that I don't really remember the reason why, because I wasn't like against watching older things when I was younger. Because, I love the 1960s Batman movie. I love that. And I also love the older 1930s classic horror movie monsters. In terms of the 90s, I watched a lot of Jim Carrey's comedies.
Yeah.
He did 11 in the 90s.
He did 11.
11 movies. Like,
is that 90s? The most?
I don't know. I actually don't know, because Nicolas Cage has more movies that came out in the 90s.
I think Nicolas Cage did more movies than
He did.
Carrey.
I looked it up just not too long ago, but I've completely forgotten how many.
But while we're talking about Jim Carrey, though, can we talk about the tonal whiplash that the audiences would have got watching The Truman Show?
Gladly, lead on.
Because obviously Jim Carrey was known for doing his comedies. When The Truman Show came out, I think most people hated it because it wasn't it wasn't like the slapstick style of comedy that Jim Carrey was known for. It was more of a dark comedy, and I feel like the tonal and just the drama of it, and the fact that it's like, he's trying to break out of this false reality that's been built around him. I feel like that would have been so jarring for people in the 90s. It's like, they're like, oh yeah, let's go watch a Jim Carrey movie. This will be a good laugh. And then they're just there and they're like, why do I feel so miserable?
That is something to look out for actors. Like, if you want to drastically change what you've been building up for so long, there will be like that. I don't know what the right word is. Hesitancy, is it?
Yeah, maybe.
Expectation to be making those same roles.
I guess, yeah.
Part there. there's not that leniency to allow for understanding of the fact that you might want to play a different role. And I think people just expect the typecasting to just continue.
Well, I mean, that's kind of gone on for like the modern day.
Yeah.
It's something that just, yeah, like, I mean, as someone who's trying to like play more characters, like I'm in an acting class now. I'm trying to be as varied as possible. Thanks, buddy. Your support means everything to me.
Yeah, Charlie, how dare you say that?
I'm sorry, did you buy tickets to his play? No.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's all right.
Good for you,
Did
Charlie.
you? No. Of course I did.
No, but what?
So I've sent you guys all links, and no one's going.
I haven't seen.
I didn't see any link.
Oh wait, I thought Charlie would have given them to you.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Charlie whipped a little web.
No, you're trying to make sure no one goes and sees his play.
Only Charlie supports his number one best friend.
You sound like,
Friend for one particular reason.
this sounds like Dobby trying to keep Harry from going to Hogwarts. But no, so while we're talking about movies and like actors sort of being typecast into roles where it's
Yes.
like, oh, you expect only one thing from them. Funnily enough, I got something. This isn't a 90s movie, but obviously everyone got the same expectancy from Nicolas Cage. Obviously, everyone wanted the Nicolas Cage breakout in his movies.
That's what I live for.
There was a movie that came out a few years ago, and I went with a mate to watch it, and we were expecting a over the top like gore fest. It was Pig.
Oh.
Now, so I don't know if you haven't seen Pig, the fact that it had Nicolas Cage in it, and it was kind of in like the John Wick era of films where everyone was kind of expecting the over the top action. That's what I was expecting. It kind of had like the synopsis for the plot sounded like a John Wick movie, like a man living secluded out in the woods, gets his pig stolen off him, and it's like a tale of him trying to get his pig back. It's actually like a super emotional, deep exploration of grief. And now, I was talking about tonal whiplash before.
Yes.
You have no idea. If you haven't seen Pig, go watch it and just go into it thinking that it's going to be a John Wick movie. Because that's what I was expecting. And what I got was an existential fucking crisis.
To add to your theory, your discussion on that, the inverse has also been very possible. Like, I mean, the Batman movies are probably the best examples. From the gritty, gothic, serious tone of the Tim Burton films to circus and over-the-top clowning of Joel Schumacher's Batman films.
Oh, Joe Schuh. Oh, my God.
They're great. What do you mean?
No, dude. I have been a Batman film all my life. One of my tattoos is probably going to be the Arkham Batman logo. I cannot recommend.
Why isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze?
Because he wasn't really the Mr. Freeze that I like.
What about Danny DeVito's Penguin?
I liked his Penguin, but it wasn't Penguin.
What do you mean?
Well,
I mean, he looks like a penguin. He acts like a penguin.
yeah, but he doesn't act like Oswald Cobblepot, a.k.a. the Penguin.
I don't know. If you've seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
That's
I'm pretty much looking at Oswald Cobblepot.
that's not Oswald. Look, I've said this before to the guy who serviced my car recently. Like, the best adaptations of Batman villains are in the Arkham games.
Is he going to also appear on the podcast?
Maybe he was fun. I like talking to him. I doubt it, but
You look really concerned.
The mechanic.
Replacing Daniel with a mechanic.
I was trying to piece the pieces. I was looking at my phone. I was trying to put the pieces together. I was like, hold on, are they talking about the mechanic or are they talking about Danny DeVito? I was like, oh God, please, can we have Danny? Can we please have Danny DeVito on the podcast?
He's going to listen to this one episode and think these four boys aren't worth the trouble. But going back to that topic of those particular films, like going from gritty, eerie, scary, whatever, to whatever this was. Like, I mean, Two-Face is very outlandish in that film. Riddler is Jim Carrey, at peak Jim Carrey.
Wasn't Two-Face played by Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah.
Why did Tommy Lee Jones take that role?
No, because Tommy Lee Jones, I feel like could have been a really good Harvey Dent in Two-Face. Like he's proven he's got the acting abilities, but for whatever reason they decided to make him Joker 2.0.
Yeah, but it was just the most. Okay, obviously every villain was like the most camp version of the character that they could ever be.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we got to talk about Mr. Freeze
Yes.
and
Yes.
and the puns.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, like the puns, I feel like they make me laugh. I mean, they don't fit the Mr. Freeze that I know, where he's a tragic, cold as ice, calculating villain.
Are you talking about the animated series? From that?
It's the animated series, and then like I think Gotham did the adaptation very well. I mean, I feel like Arnold's Mr. Freeze has a special place for everyone, though. Like everyone always refers to him. His performance has not been forgotten. It's not like faded out in like the Arnold's comedy phase.
How do we know?
Because it still keeps getting brought up.
Because it was memorable.
Yes. Well,
Therefore, it cannot be a bad movie if he's a memorable character.
okay. Look,
That's one of the criteria.
there's things that are too boring to like remember, and then there's things that are too out of like pure nonsense to forget.
Okay, you've made a point there.
Thank you.
Okay, but you've talked about the incredibly camp superhero movies of the 90s.
Yes.
Now, there's a very serious, dark and grounded superhero movie from the 90s.
I'm going to take a guess. I think I know which one you're going to
Okay. Ed, which one do you think I'm talking about?
Blade.
No, that's not dark and that's over the top. It's silly, but like it's a good silly though.
Okay, actually, I'll give you that one. Okay,
Yeah, no,
so may I have another guess?
No, oh, yeah, go for it.
Because I feel like I've seen all the superhero films of the 90s.
I mean, this one,
Well-
it's a bit of a stretch to call it a superhero movie.
Okay.
I'm only really calling it that because it's based off a comic, but I'm going to see if you can guess it.
Okay, well, it wasn't Hornet, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, not Hornet, not Phantom.
No, not Phantom.
Does
Okay.
it have multiple heroes, or is it just one hero?
Just one hero.
Just one hero.
It's not a hero. It's like an anti-hero.
Oh, I was about to say V for Vendetta,
I was about
but
to say
that's not
Hellboy.
actually 90s, is it?
Actually, when did V for Vendetta come out? Because that's a good movie.
Charlie.
Hello.
It was
Might be
it had to be early 2000s
I
because
think
like
it's early
Natalie
2000s.
Portman's in it. And
Yeah, it's a good.
2005.
Yeah, there we go.
2005. Thank you.
No. Okay, this clue will probably give it away.
All right, hit me.
Okay. Tragic death on the film set.
Oh, The Crow.
The
of
Crow.
course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I rewatched that not too long ago. It's such a good movie.
Yeah. The original.
It's
Such a good
so
movie.
good.
Yeah, and the way they, like, I
Yeah.
mean, it does have its over the top moments, but
Yeah.
it is such an like. Honestly, if you have or haven't seen The Crow, I just recommend going to read the comic because
Yeah.
because the creator of the comic was a genuinely grief-stricken man. I'm talking a lot about grief this episode. Fucking hell.
But to be fair, that is a lot of the themes of the
Yes,
90s, like
yeah, it is.
gritty grief, gun violence, pouches, and hair for days, and black leather.
Yeah, and when I'm talking about the revisionist side of like movies, I'll get back to that later because I've got the main revisionist movie that I want to talk about near the end. But The Crow is the original Crow is such a good adaptation of the comic where, because the creator of the comic, he lost his wife and child in a car accident. And then he wrote The Crow, or illustrated / wrote The Crow, as like a way of dealing with his grief. And yes, it is a bit romanticized about the revenge, and it's his way of dealing with the world, given the tragedy that happened. And the movie did a really good job of capturing that. And then you've got the Bill Skarsgård Crow.
Okay, now I was going to say that was beautifully well put. Now, what do you think of the Bill Skarsgård one?
Is that the 2024 one?
Yeah.
I would rather watch a cactus be thrown into my face.
Well, here's the thing, 'cause I did eventually watch that after watching the original one, of course. The original one is full of like heart, despite like it's a sad movie, but like it's got heart.
Yeah,
It's
it
got-
has heart. 100%.
Yeah, like you feel good at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's genuine emotion.
Even though there's obviously actual tragedy that shrouds the movie, especially
Yeah,
like
which makes I feel like that. I don't know what the right words are, but
it's bittersweet. But
bittersweet. That's
yeah,
the
like-
word. Yeah.
like the scene at the end where he shows up one last, or no, he doesn't. That's not the end. There's a moment where
Yeah.
he shows up to like hug the girl that was like his.
That was
that had to be another guy because
Yeah.
obviously Brandon Lee was dead when they.
yeah. I feel like that was just a small scene to just commemorate Brandon's performance.
Yeah.
And like
Because I think
I'm actually stopping myself from crying thinking about it.
No.
Oh, Ed.
Well,
I'm just-
you can tell it's an impactful movie for us.
Unfortunately, I'm just waiting for Charlie to ruin it because I know that Charlie absolutely loves the fact that when Brandon Lee was shot, the first person they
Okay,
rang
I
was
might-
Steven
okay.
Seagal.
That wasn't Brandon Lee.
Okay.
That was Brandon Lee.
No, it was Jet Li.
No, that was Brandon Lee. Jet Li didn't. No, you mean
Am I-
Bruce Lee was.
Steven Seagal said in an interview when Jet Li was shot,
It wasn't Jet Li.
it wasn't Brandon Lee.
It was Brandon Lee.
It was not Brandon Lee.
It was Brandon Lee.
I remember the
No, it was Brandon Lee because the way Brandon Lee passed was a prop gun went off too close to his face and a projectile went into his skull.
It was a real projectile.
No, but
Well, this is what his interview that what's his name? Steven Seagal said that it was a real bullet, and he said, "I bet you anything if you check that gun right now, it's going to be a real bullet." And they're like, "How did you know, Steven?"
yeah, but it was Brandon Lee. It wasn't because Jet Li is still alive.
Speaking of
No,
like,
you are right. Steven Seagal's well-known claims regarding the 1993 on-set death of Brandon Lee while filming The Crow.
Right.
Suck it.
Okay, I was wrong about that. But why call Steven Seagal? He does his Hep Keto, which was big back in the 90s with all of his movies. They were horrible, but at least we didn't
can I just say we had a very touching moment, and then we had to spend. Jay had to spend quite a bit of time clarifying who's telling the right who's reciting the right history notes.
We're getting a bit too somber, and I had to change that.
Of course, all right. So I'll have to keep all that in there.
Yeah.
Yes,
I feel like
Good boy.
the later
Good
half of the
boy.
90s definitely starts to get really grunge.
Yeah, it does.
The first half is quite. But I mean, at the same
It's
time,
fun.
we do have some huge hits. Like I'm pretty sure Toy Story was '95.
We've got Armageddon as well. So
something around there.
I don't know if I'm.
The first
I could
one was.
definitely be wrong.
Ooh. No, because it was on VHS, and I remember as a little boy,
What movie is this?
Toy Story.
Yeah, no, it was 90.
95.
Yeah,
yeah,
95.
good
I remember
call.
watching it on VHS.
Oh, I remember. I remember who in my family, but someone had the VHS of Toy Story as well.
Whatever happened to Randy Newman?
Well, he stopped making Toy Story songs.
I know he did the intro for Monk,
Did he?
the TV series. Yeah,
Do you know what? Actually, there's another superhero film in the 90s.
does it involve Randy Newman?
Well, it might have been better if it did.
I mean, there's also Blade.
I was actually going to bring up Spawn.
Spawn.
Okay.
Spawn is so.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say about Spawn.
Okay, now I love the HBO series, and to me, Keith David is Spawn. But the guy that got playing him, I think, is actually a good pick. I don't have any complaints about him. I definitely don't have any complaints about Violator. I have no complaints about him either.
What a name.
Oh, you're talking about his name.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just small, fat little clown turns into a giant, skinny demon.
He definitely does violate.
Yeah. Well, he's the well. Here's the thing. He's the runt of the litter.
There's more violators.
Well, they're not. I think it's Viscerator, and then there's a few others that start with V, but I forget their names because Violator's really the only one I care about because he's the only one with the personality that's like
No one's going to
fun.
understand this, but Victor Quartermain.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's not from the 90s. We're not counting that.
That's not from the 90s, but maybe that'll be a topic for conversation later.
That can come up later. We'll have an entire episode dedicated to Wallace and Gromit.
Whole episode dedicated to Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
Actually, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Isn't Sinbad?
He was in Sinbad.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
He was in a few actually. He was also in the Disney's. What was the one with Moses? And he played Ramses. Was it just called
Prince of Egypt. Yeah.
Prince of Egypt. Okay.
Another 90s movie.
To the promised land. That one, yeah.
It's so weird seeing actors now going back into the 90s and 80s that were in there and you just didn't realize.
That is very true. Well, I mean, Jurassic Park. Like I feel was Jurassic Park what pushed Jeff Goldblum?
Probably, but that wasn't in the 90s, so I don't know why we're
Why
talking
wasn't
about
it? Was the first?
the first Jurassic Park? No, it was the 80s, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Jurassic Park 2 came out in the 90s.
You know who
Can
hasn't
we
aged
check
a day
that?
since the 90s?
The first
Nicolas
Jurassic
Cage.
Park apparently said 1993.
hey.
Oh, no, I'm wrong.
But,
We know- this
this is going to be a rarity for viewers. Dan is usually like 80% right.
You'll have to do the apology dance.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Where were we before we got
But
sidetracked?
I mean, now we can
Jurassic Park and got Jeff Goldblum.
we can
Um,
now we can talk about Jurassic Park.
Yes, we can.
actors that's weird to see them back in their older movies that we didn't think they were in.
Oh, you know what's funny though?
It's like a
It's
word.
coming back to an older film.
The-
After they've
Yeah.
been out of the franchise for a long time.
Well, surely there's like people who are like, if you walk up to them and say, "Oh, I'm a Liam Neeson fan," and then you show them like, say, his work in the '90s, one of which being Phantom Menace.
then there's the first
Wow.
then there's the first movie that I know that Liam Neeson was ever in, which was Dirty Harry the Deadpool.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, he played a movie director on Dirty Harry the Deadpool. It was like one of Liam Neeson's first roles.
I need to
And
YouTube this.
oh my god, he looks so young. He's unrecognizable.
That's the shocking thing about even further back. Christian Bale did he played it was a Shakespeare movie. I forget which one, but he was a child in it, and like you can kind of see.
It kind of looks like Nathan Fillion.
Oh, you just pulled up young Liam Neeson. He does look like Nathan
He
Fillion.
does look a bit like a young Nathan
What?
Fillion.
In God's name.
That's creepy.
That's why I'd like to see you in the next Star Wars movie. Liam Neeson.
Again, Qui-Gon come back.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, everyone else in Star Wars who's been stabbed has survived, so
Yeah.
might as well just resurrect Qui-Gon Jinn at this point.
Even just having him as a Force Ghost. Like, the whole movie is actually just watching him in a Force Ghost.
Charlie is boiling right next to me.
So are we going to talk about Jurassic Park?
Yes. Let's talk about Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park's longevity as a franchise has been shocking to me, but everyone always brings up the original.
Yeah, can we just agree that even though the effects look a little bit dated, they're still better than
A
the
lot of
Jurassic World movies?
A lot of it is also puppetry and
Yeah.
good use of lighting. That's
Yeah.
what really makes an effect last as long as it has. Just
100%.
if you get the lighting, if you get the lighting just right, like the right shadows and so on. Because like I'm thinking that ending shot with the Velociraptors and T-Rex. The Velociraptors, their CG hasn't aged the best, but the T-Rex definitely has.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Better than some Asylum films.
Oh, for God's sake. Hey Charlie, were there any Asylum movies in the 90s?
Well,
They look like they're from the 90s.
No, I think my biggest thing to say about Jurassic Park is, especially the first one. I like the first three, even though some people don't like the second and third. But
I don't mind the second and third, if I'm honest.
yeah, but the thing I like the most about the original is it just strikes just the right boundary between being a survival thriller and just being like an adventure film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that nice little bit where it's like it's got enough of that kind of that tension from the threat and enough to sort of keep you engaged. Like, you know, it's a movie where people can very clearly die, but it's never like too gruesome as to like relish in like the gore like most other.
The only gore in that movie, I think, is Samuel L. Jackson's arm.
Yeah, I think.
He dies off screen, so it's just the arm. So it's like it's that shock thing of.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like when you watch a survival thriller movie now, that there always has to be like the gore or like the blood.
It does.
Whereas like a lot of with Jurassic Park, a lot of it comes from like tension.
Well, that's usually the like slasher films. How many slasher films were in the 90s? Oh no.
Oh God,
Charlie, what have you looked up? I can't see it.
I just see a new Toy Story by the Asylum.
I found the Asylum's homepage where it tells me every movie they've made.
They made one in 1997, the Killers.
Oh god, what's that one a parody of?
I feel like that was
Is it
probably
actually-
the original.
I was gonna say, it's probably based on the band The Killers.
They did a He-Man.
They
No,
did a
of course
He-Man.
They did.
Oh my God, Master of the Universe. Oh God.
Anyway, back to Jurassic Park. As we're talking
Let's go back to happy thoughts of like well done films, Asylum.
We need to have an entire episode dedicated to Asylum one of these days.
At this point, we do.
It'll be our shortest episode. It'll be 7 minutes of us sitting there in silence trying to think of anything good about an Asylum movie.
Oh,
And then at the very end, we'll all just go, yeah, Asylum doesn't make pretty good movies.
Well,
and they're
see,
like, yeah,
there'll be
okay.
three
And
of
then
us.
that'll be it.
There'll be three of us talking it up, and you'll be gagged to the chair just trying to get out to end this suffering.
I don't know about you.
That'll be the first.
I really like that movie. What was it called? Immortal Kombat?
You
Oh.
bastard.
Oh, actually,
That is a blatant lie.
I just remembered a movie from the 90s we need to talk about because
Mortal Kombat?
no, we were talking about Liam Neeson. Phantom Menace came out in 1999.
Yes, it did.
It was fantastic. It was needed, even though a lot of people hated it on release, but Because of that, we now have politics in Star Wars. Things make sense. And the movies leading up to Obi-Wan and Anakin, perfect.
I
think it belongs in a fucking pamphlet
We
that
also
they give you out at
favorite
church.
character.
okay.
Oh, yeah, Jar Jar.
Yeah, but they learned from
I
Jar
love
Jar.
Jar
He
Jar.
showed up less and less in the next movie.
He was meant to be
It's
the main villain.
instrumental.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now here's my argument for
He has
Phantom
to-
Menace. This is a okay. Well, this is an argument that goes back to before Force Awakens came out with Phantom Menace. Is that it's a messy film that like tried to overdo it with the comedy, like Jar Jar being a general in the final battle was too much, whereas like the other two aspects of the battle, or even Anakin like accidentally activating a fighter pilot. Maybe you can help me clarify what's the ship called? The Naboo fighters?
The Naboo Starfighter. It was
Starfighter.
literally just called Naboo Starfighter.
How did I not remember that?
Also-
Okay, but like he accidentally does that and then goes into space and wins a space battle.
Because he's Anakin.
I know.
He doesn't
I
really
know.
just accidentally do it though. He does it kind of intentionally.
No, he activates autopilot,
Yeah.
goes into battle, and then like is like, okay, well, I'm here now, so I might as well fight against the separatists before they become the separatists.
He knew when he was jumping in the cockpit he was going to fight.
He was very daring too, though.
Yeah, but also the other thing is that compared to the other two films that focus so Attack of the Clones focuses on the beginning of the Clone Wars that gets teased in A New Hope. The third film, Revenge of the Sith, is the final days of the Clone Wars. I would have liked just more focus because Phantom Menace, you can argue the conflict in that film is like part of the Clone Wars. You could, but it just isn't for me. And I feel like you can start the trilogy at Attack of the Clones because, admittedly, like although there is wonderment, and I do love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually think Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn is a welcome addition.
But then
I think Maul is interesting, but he's not interesting until Clone Wars.
he was very interesting. He was the first Sith Lord we'd ever seen to have a double-ended lightsaber.
A weapon alone.
Incredibly menacing.
was.
Literally the name.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you,
highlights
I
it.
couldn't tell you his ambitions. I couldn't tell you his goals. What did he
didn't
want
need them, though.
in
that
that
was,
film?
that was the thing that made it so good. Is that the Phantom Menace can be a standalone movie
He was a
to
dog.
the universe.
He was a dog on a leash. I can see the appeal of like having it be a standalone movie, but it's episode 1, and it's part of the trilogy that leads into the trilogy that was so beloved.
Yes, but we're also learning
Whereas
new
with
Sith
Sith
Lords
wasn't-
too.
Really, a trilogy design there either. It was more of like a prelude to the new sticks.
Yes, but when you get to Coruscant, it's so boring. And there's also like some messiness with the Queen plot line.
Well, what's messy with the Queen plotline? They changed. How is that hard to understand?
Well, I understand that.
I
but
think that's what makes it
feels-
messy.
it feels out
One
of nowhere.
person
Like,
takes their makeup off, the other person pops it on, bang.
no, but yeah, it comes out of nowhere. There's no setup for it.
Newt Gunray and the battle droids don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
I think it was because it wasn't something seen a lot in those films.
it feels like a reshoot. Like it feels like, oh, there needs to be a hidden thing because like Padme's there, so we might as well make her the queen to convince what's the king's name of Naboo?
Boss Nass.
Like, he's there to convince him. And
This is
again,
after
it
they've
feels,
invaded the planet, though.
it feels out of nowhere to me. Like I feel like pacing wise, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I like the pod race, but the camera moves only left to right, and the camera work is a bit until the close-ups.
I'm sorry, Liam.
The
Do you want to
panic-
hop into your pod racer down by the street and have at it whilst I film here?
Yeah, it's just for me. I feel like Phantom Menace could be summed up as one line of dialogue, and then you go from Attack of the Clones. Yeah, at the beginning of the Clone Wars, maybe there's like some crucial event that happens to be the second movie, and then you have the third film. I know, Charlie, I know, but you can't convince me. 'Cause I'm going to do my binge of all 9 Star Wars films. I'm going to do that binge soon, but
I hope you have to watch 7, 8, and 9 twice.
Now I'm going to stop this from being a Star Wars episode, but
he's gonna bludgeon me
Yeah.
with this microphone.
Let's go to the next.
yeah. So
Next one.
I want
Okay.
to talk about a better sci-fi movie that came out in the 90s, Event Horizon.
No, he's lying. It's The Matrix.
Wait, didn't Matrix come out in the early 2000s?
No, 99.
The
The
first one was 99.
No, Event Horizon was the peak sci-fi movie from the 90s. It's Okay.
I've never seen it.
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
With Sam from Sam Neill from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You've never seen Event Horizon.
It sounds familiar, but I can't tell you a thing about that movie.
Okay, so it's a horror movie. It's an incredibly over-the-top horror movie.
With Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, so basically, this is going to sound so tedious for people who watch the movie, but I'll just give you like the brief deal. Spoiler alert. So what the movie's about is it's like a rescue mission. It's set in the far future. We've discovered we've got the ability to traverse the stars. Like we can go anywhere we want in space through using faster than light technology, which is like a warp drive. Like typical sci-fi. A ship's warp drive called the Event Horizon's warp drive malfunctions, and it disappears for several years. I can't remember all the fine details about how long, whatever. And the movie's about a rescue crew who they received the distress signal from the Event Horizon years later, and then they're like, okay, we're going to go check it out. And then they find an abandoned ship, the Event Horizon, and it's most of the movie's just them traversing the ship, and just weird shit happens. People suffer from hallucinations, and like people start going crazy. There's weird things that have been left on the ship from the previous crew. Basically, and this is the big spoiler alert, the warp drive didn't malfunction when the warp drive takes you from one location and sends you to another. It actually takes you through another dimension, which is effectively akin to hell.
Oh.
So the ship got stuck in this other dimension, a dimension of chaos. In layman's terms, hell. And it completely destroyed the original crew, and it actually made the ship somewhat like it basically got haunted, but somewhat sentient as well. And it's basically think of like a haunted house movie, but it takes place on a spaceship.
Do you know what they should have done by the sounds of this premise? Have it tie into Doom.
Well, I was just thinking this sounds like Doom.
Yeah,
this is just the Doom plot. A lot of people actually liken Event Horizon to things like Warhammer, because like there's like warp drives and shit like that.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Like, and even some of the design aspects of the ship and the warp drive in Event Horizon are very similar. I'm not a big fan of Warhammer. I mean, I don't think anyone at this table is, but
I
like Age of Sigma.
I like the Space Marine games.
Don't bomb it.
But I don't know what that is.
It's a spin-off of Warhammer, but it's all fantasy.
Oh, that actually sounds like it could be cool though.
It is pretty sick.
I mean, Warhammer's always had a nice appeal, but like I do struggle with like I'm not gonna like sit through a 2-hour video of its lore.
All right, now Jay, you reckon that The Matrix is the best sci-fi movie of the 90s?
Is that correct?
Why?
Well, I'm not going to argue.
Well, I mean, the cinematic alterations that film included into what we see in other films to date are absolutely amazing. Honestly, the 360 camera shot when he's dodging bullets, far out. Like some of the technology they used in the film, the storyline is excellent as a standalone, not talking about the other two.
Well, there's a third one.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last.
You don't want to watch
it.
Yeah,
I mean I do, but I also don't. But as a film, when you're watching other things from around that time frame and older stuff, because like that's what I grew up on, you watch a lot of the older stuff, and it really feels like you get immersed in the universe. You're watching it unfold without it being told to you. You're watching it happen, and I think that's a big difference to a lot of newer films. That it's more of like it's explained to you every little nitpicked part.
I think Matt Damon let that slip in an interview because he was doing a film with Netflix, and the producers of Netflix were telling him to recite the plot because people will be looking away.
Like that doesn't interest me.
It's that weird attention span thing that's been kicked up recently. Like you know how in movie cinemas they don't tell you to turn off your phones; they tell you to put it on silent. So someone could be watching YouTube shorts, and the glare from that will distract you. Dan and I think, experienced that when we saw The Wolfman.
Oh yeah, I
Massive as auditorium. We're like top of the floor, and then someone just a handful of rows down on their fucking phone, and other than us, they were the only ones there. It was 3 people.
I really wanted to go down and say something.
Dude, I can't stand it. I mean, if you have to have your phone on silent because like maybe there's like an emergency or a phone call, like a job interview or something that makes sense that you want to be, present for.
But leave the fucking theater.
But leave the do what I did when I
Put
had
the brightness down all the way.
yeah.
It's not that glaring when it's down low.
Or just like hunch yourself over,
Yeah.
put the phone to your stomach.
No, gotta hold it up at full brightness. Put the torch.
Stand up proud and show everyone what's on your phone.
Here's the thing, CinemaCon. Now, I do want to bring this up to you, maybe as like a final discussion or whatever. But CinemaCon had this thing, so they showed the Avengers Doomsday trailer, and anyone who was filming it, they had like essentially laser pointers to signal them out, so security would kick them out.
Jesus Christ.
Well, here's the thing, they're that protective about the trailer. It's been how many months, and we still haven't seen it? Come on, the fuck.
You don't need it.
I've only just realised how many huge sci-fi movies actually came out in the 90s.
Well, Alien's another one, isn't it?
No, that was
really
70s,
good
late 70s.
development in
Oh, was it the sequels?
CGI and the technology used in it. So a
Total
lot of
Recall.
films have some great changes. Like Toy Story, they completely revamped it using a new system during production. So there were a lot of films that had those changes come up during it and used a whole heap of different animation styles. And I think that it was one of the births to new stuff. Like, I don't know if Shrek was
the gulag for
but I think
Disney animators.
another
Yes, yes,
other
yes.
ones
Wasn't
in there
Disney.
where like a lot of films had that change.
No, but like, didn't it start off as a Disney project, and then they used to send everyone from Disney to work on Shrek, and then eventually DreamWorks started in spite of Disney?
I'm not
No.
too familiar with Shrek's behind the
I
scenes
think
as
it
I
was
am with a
still
few others.
DreamWorks at that time.
Yeah. Either way,
Yeah,
no, I just want to list off some of the movies that I completely forgot were. Like,
Go for it.
I feel bad now for saying that Event Horizon was my favourite sci-fi 90s movie.
I know you could just see the
Kick-ass list.
original Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone.
So bad.
I really enjoyed
No,
it.
fuck off.
Purely from the world
No,
building.
fuck off.
The Fifth Element.
Yeah, The Fifth Element, I will give you that one. But the ones that like I want to bring up are like, you've got the original Total Recall.
I love that film.
Yeah, you've got the Demolition Man
Yes.
with Sylvester Stallone. Like that is aged so well. Like how it is like basically everything that movie takes the piss out of. That's kind of what our world is heading towards.
That's tragic.
And it's fucked up.
I'm
But
going to shit into shells now.
yeah, I still want to know how the 3 seashells work. Actually, no, it's
Two to scoop and one to clean. I feel like Skinny J actually knows the answer.
yeah.
The 3 shells.
The 3 seashells. Have you ever seen Demolition Man?
No.
Oh,
So it's a movie where basically like a hero cop from the 90s gets frozen and he wakes up in like 2030 and the world's like it's political correctness gone mad.
I think it's the aftermath. You've got the people living in the sewers.
Yeah, you got people living in the sewers that like try to like cling to the old ways, but you know, if you swear in public, you get a fine. If like the cops don't carry weapons, they carry like these stun batons that like knock people out.
That's got Soul Line of Path.
Yeah, it
pretty
does.
good.
Like, it was one of Sandra Bullock's first. Oh no, she was in Speed as well in the 90s, but
Wait, which film came out first though?
I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a good. But now, also you got Waterworld, which is Mad Max on water.
Wait, is that an actual? I've not heard of this.
But you've never seen Waterworld?
No,
You've never Kevin Costner's Waterworld?
no, I've not seen
The
it.
Mariner, you haven't seen
No.
Waterworld?
To be fair, I haven't either.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you guys? Am I the only one who watches movies from the 90s?
You know, there was a good chunk of my life dedicated to just Star Wars.
These are the guys.
a
that
good
show us
chunk.
Those movies that you've been recommended.
Oh my
Leaving back.
Oh, it's a 90s movie.
No, I have been watching what Daniel recommends.
Yeah. Except unless it's anime related.
Unless it's anime related, then yeah, I'm
I
not.
feel like
Actually,
one of the big
well,
ones that
actually,
you guys
no.
haven't talked about.
There is some wicked anime in the 90s.
Here's the other thing though. Any anime that Dan has recommended me, I've watched and liked.
That's a good point, actually. Pulp Fiction's a
yeah.
good movie, yeah.
That's a
That's
solid.
It's such a weird movie too, like how it's told out of chronological
Yeah.
order. And
I really liked that.
What were some other ones that I saw on that list? One of the Alien sequels is on it. Terminator.
Terminator
Yes.
2, Judgment Day,
Back to the Future.
only Back to the Future 3.
Well, 3 is still good.
It's probably the worst of them, but I still like it.
I'd argue that's a fair criticism.
I think 2 is actually worse than 3.
No, I'm retracting my
Two can be seen as a bit messy, but for me, I quite enjoyed 2.
I'm retracting my statement about Event Horizon being my favourite sci-fi movie from the 90s.
You've done this
Starship Troopers.
Now we're talking.
No, I said I felt bad for it. I'm not saying like the other ones are my favourite, but like, yeah, Starship Troopers is like it's okay. Surely you guys have seen Starship
I
Troopers.
have.
Yes.
And I love it.
It's basically
Have you seen
Helldivers.
Starship Troopers?
I have not.
Oh my god! Did you play Helldivers too?
A little bit.
Or the first one.
It's basically
It's more propaganda than movie.
Yeah, it's like basically because it's based off a book, and the book is actually I don't know if the book was meant to be a negative take on fascism or if it was meant to be like actually for fascism.
I did not know it was based on the book.
No, it's based on the book, but either way, the movie takes so much takes the piss out of the idea of like the fascist, like over the top, like government ruling class that send their citizens to die. But they do it through the lens of democracy, like the classic. I'm doing my part.
Yeah, during the film, that you get these ads that appear, and it's just like an update on the war effort. But if we're talking actors who are like in that film, Clancy Brown.
Oh, Clancy Brown.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Didn't I also hear that Christopher Judge is in that movie?
Christopher Judge.
Yeah, Kratos.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to remember.
I can't remember if it was Starship Troopers or if it was something else that had star in it.
Wars? Oh, here we go. We're back again.
Oh no!
What does that supposed to be sci-fi? I'm just bringing it up because
because I think in the 90s, sci-fi is really kicking off.
yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you already had the first 2 Alien movies,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, the 90s only had the 2 bad.
I watched Alien 3 not too long ago. I don't mind that one.
I don't know
It's
which.
not the opening. I understand the criticism of like you're cheering for the characters to make it through to the end, to survive the horror of aliens, and then they die in the beginning of Alien 3.
I don't know which one I hate more, Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection.
For me, it's Resurrection.
Oh my god,
It feels like a parody movie.
No.
it's not only is it just feel like a parody movie, it's also just it's so
Soulless.
it's not like it without even when you don't consider the gore, it feels gross.
That's another thing. Like the dialogue, especially.
Like the dialogue and just the way it's shot, it just feels gross.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to really put it into words, but
It's like reading a Garth Ennis comic.
kinda like reading it.
But for those of you who don't know who Garth Ennis is, he wrote The Boys, Preacher, comic series that were like.
Wait, he wrote Preacher.
He wrote Preacher.
Oh god damn.
He did Preacher, and then he did The Boys as a way to outdo himself. And Preacher was already pushing the edge.
I mean, that explains. I watched the Preacher TV show pretty
Yeah.
recently. That explains a lot.
Dude, I was not even surprised when I found out that it's based on a Garth Ennis comic.
I
I have something for you.
Okay.
I think this might be the closer, but I found a movie. You have 20 questions to guess it.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Ooh,
as a
okay,
closing
yeah.
This is
argument.
from the 90s.
All right.
Go.
but wait, do we get a clue though?
You get a clue.
Yeah, like do we get like any semblance of a clue?
Is it a live action?
This movie was made in the 90s.
No, you get a clue.
No, Dan. We've got 20
We've
questions.
got 20 questions.
I know, but like we need something.
No. The 20 questions.
Is it an
I like
animated
this.
film?
No, it's not an animated film.
All right, that's question 1.
Is it a sci-fi movie?
It is a sci-fi. That's two.
Is it from a famous IP? I swear to God. If it's Phantom Menace, I'm going to be.
I'm
So-
trying to catch the reflection off it from his glasses.
No, it's not.
Okay. So that's 3. Does it have a sequel?
I would say so, yeah.
I would say so.
Well, in this instance, yes, I would. But
Did it start production and then just not happen?
okay, yes, it has a sequel.
Oh, it has a sequel. Okay, so that's 4. Okay, it has a sequel. Would we recognize any of the actors in it?
Yes.
Okay. Have any of those actors appeared in a Marvel film? Because that was a big thing for Disney, was to get like 90s.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay, right.
Oh, Home Alone came out in the 90s.
That's my annual Christmas movie. When Christmas rolls around,
Yeah.
I'll watch the first 2 Home Alone movies.
Yeah,
We're up to
no.
8 now, aren't we?
Is
Uh,
it American styled?
American styled.
Yeah, it's
As
more
in-
of like a futuristic to America rather than like your UK or something and stuff like Independence Day and like
oh shit, that's a good call.
I would say in
those.
this instance, no. I personally don't feel like it is.
Okay, so I think we're on 9 now.
Is it a kids movie?
Because like
It can be considered a kids movie, yeah.
No, that's not an answer. Is it a kids movie or isn't it?
What would you say is a kids movie?
Is it
no
accept-
blood, no swearing,
Is
no
it-
alcohol?
Is it acceptable for kids under the age of like 13?
Yes. What?
Jay just looked up Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks. But no, it's not Mars
Yeah.
Attacks.
Does that count?
Oh wait, I think.
Did you want to use that as a
Wait,
question?
wait. Oh no, you said
No.
You said live action, didn't you?
it's not animated.
It's not animated.
I was gonna say Iron Giant, but then I remembered that doesn't have a sequel either. Wait. Hang on. When did Battle Earth come out?
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
abysmal train wreck. It had
hold
to
on.
be early 2000s.
Does it take place on Earth or in space?
I can only say yes or no.
That's not. We didn't designate that as a rule.
Okay, so that
Wait.
means both.
Okay, hold on. Okay, does it take place in space?
Yes.
Does it take place on Earth?
No.
Okay, so it's strictly
Does-
in space.
Does one of the protagonists have a lightsaber?
No.
Okay. good.
Okay, it's not a Star Wars.
Try to piss me off.
It's not a Star Wars movie, Liam.
Okay.
We're up to 11 questions.
Fuck.
Thankfully, that's not a question.
That's
This is tough.
Okay, so it's not on Earth. It's in space. It's not animated.
It has a sequel.
It has apparently someone who's in a Marvel movie.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I will have to fix something.
What?
It is in Earth as well.
It also has. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. I'll give you one back.
it
So
has
you
a
got
bit of both.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Wait. Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen this one.
Okay, but you've
Wait,
seen.
it's not the Lawnmower Man.
No. I love all of them.
I was
That is a question, but
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask,
Ah.
when did Armageddon come out? Was that 90s?
I think it might be. Let's have a look.
No, Armageddon's from the 90s. Yeah.
Is it Armageddon?
No.
Oh,
Fuck.
one of the few Michael Bay films I like.
Actually, let's go on a bit of a side tangent about, because I did want to bring up Armageddon. Do you know they show that movie at NASA?
Wait, do they
They
actually?
show that movie at NASA to see if the astronauts in training can pick out all like 300 inaccuracies. I just find that so funny.
Have you? Please tell me you've seen the clip of Ben Affleck, like essentially just asking Michael Bay.
Why teach drillers to be astronauts when you could teach astronauts to be drillers?
Yes, and he just goes, "Shut the fuck up."
Well, I mean, it's
That is the most Michael Bay answer.
it's a point that everyone brings up. Yeah, why would you teach drillers to be astronauts when it takes way longer to become an astronaut than it takes to become a driller?
Well, I mean, I've got questions about his Transformer movies.
I'm really stumped.
I'm also pretty stumped.
I'm.
Does it feature Pamela Anderson?
Wait, no, Pamela wasn't in the Marvel movie.
You don't know that.
Actually, no, that's a good point. I haven't seen.
between the two.
I haven't seen every Marvel film.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Okay, wait.
Have we talked about it on the podcast in this episode?
No, we haven't. It's 16.
Major like Robo. Eh?
But think about it. You know it's
Okay.
it's not animated.
Yeah,
It's
let's-
set in Earth and space.
Yes.
One of the characters is in a Marvel movie.
Yes. It has to be like one of the older characters there.
It will have to be a sci-fi if it's
That's the thing.
set in Earth and space.
I'm thinking someone either like a Lawrence Fishburne or Samuel Jackson. I'm trying because it wouldn't have been like a leading actor in the Marvel films, and by Marvel I mean MCU. Does that count? Or do I have to spend another question to clarify?
That counts.
Okay, thank you very much. You're a fair questionnaire. I like this. Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah, give us a hint.
Yeah. Have we got 4 questions left? But choose wisely, boys.
Kurt Russell's in it.
Oh wait, The Thing.
No, it's not.
That doesn't go into space.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's 17 and no.
You stupid motherfucker.
Okay, that's a good point. I might have jumped the gun there with the
You didn't just jump the fucking gun. You jumped down the barrel.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Fuck me.
Okay. We've got 3 questions. I'm going to let you guys. I'll consult with you before I.
That's a non-90s film too.
Okay, so it's
Stargate.
Yes, it is Stargate. Yes. The original Stargate.
Oops, it's Stargate.
Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell. I was like, James Spade is also in it.
When he said that was in space but not on Earth, I'm like, okay, it's not Stargate because Stargate.
No,
is
I did get that
on
right.
Earth.
I watched a lot of the sequels where they would travel to different Stargates.
Well,
And I completely forgot the first one's about Egypt.
All the sequels movies, or is most of it TV shows?
There's a TV show, but there is movies associated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, everybody. Well done, Dan. As prize, you will be picking next week's topic.
Yay!
I was just going to cut the
Oh, gee whiz, I can't wait.
sarcasm at its finest. Well, thank you, boys, for coming on again. Yeah, of course, we're 3 episodes in, so if we do announce an episode we're doing, it should be obvious we're not doing that episode.
It's the running gag. Anyway, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Blessed evening, everybody.